next contest of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, is brought to you by SM Enhancements, and it is for the 165-pound Elite Men's Division 6 Borough Championship. Our first competitor approaching the red corner at this time from the Bronx, New York, here is Joe Kennedy.
This fight right here is going to be the battle of the 165-pound open division. This is the punchers. These guys are the punchers.
I'm looking for
very big punchers. It's going to be a great fight right here.
One slice, got to roll the dice, that's why all my life, I've been grinding all my life, all my life, been grinding all my life.
So I would never disrespect Nipsey Hussle by interrupting him in the middle of his song. But Joe made the point that he took 2023 largely off and then started re-engaging in training and fighting again in December. As an amateur in particular, how much does that layoff matter when you're fighting against a guy who's been active every day?
You know, well, he actually just fought not too long ago. He
got
a great knockout. So, you know,
he didn't lose too much.
He might have taken time off from fighting, but he was probably still in the
And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent makes his way to the blue corner at this time. The reigning, defending 165-pound Elite Men's Division 6 Borough Champion, Israel Bailey.
Bailey, you know, in his last fight here, he caught a highlight reel knockout against Sean O'Reilly. Remember that?
Yeah.
So, like I said, we got two punchers fighting each other. Very tall lead guy. This is one of those fights where you do not want to blink because whoever lands that right hand first is gonna come away with the knockout. But I'm very excited for this fight right here.
Yeah, me too. Bailey's only been fighting for 2 years now, so he's come up in a hurry. Fighting under the legend himself, Coach Ness.
So we got the Battle of the Bronx right here.
Battle of the Bronx.
The Battle of the Bronx. Bragging rights, Bronx bragging rights right here.
Oh man, I think I know Ness 30 years. Crazy, right?
I remember when Coach Ness was all built and all, he had all those muscles.
He loves showing us those pictures, let me tell you.
That's one thing about Coach Ness, you're always gonna hear his mouth.
Oh, no doubt.
He's not shy.
I mean, he used to train Max. He
did.
trained Max for his fight, for his one and only fight.
Hey man, what
My
you
boy
call,
Max is
why
one,
you gotta call me out like that? You could have just said
Max,
fight.
Listen, he's undefeated, 1-0.
Yeah, and I will
That's
retire
it.
that way. Ness taught me a lot. A lot about boxing, a lot about life.
The following contest for the 165-pound Elite Men's Division 6 Borough Championship. It is brought to you by SM Enhancements. Introducing the competitors first, out of the red corner, from the Bronx, New York, representing Morris Park Boxing Club, here is Joe Kennedy.
These are the type of fights
And
that
his
excite me
opponent.
right here.
Yeah, this is going to be
Be
a
out
good
of the
one.
blue corner from the Bronx, New York. He is the reigning, defending 165-pound Elite Men's Division 6 Borough Champion, Israel Bailey.
You know, and Israel Bailey is one of those guys that time and time again in Strong Island boxing shows, he has shown, every time he shows up, and he has crazy fights. He's one guy that he's made a name for himself in the SBC boxing shows.
The current SBC champion.
And, you know, and the defender, you know, he's kept that belt. You know, ever since he won it, he's kept that belt. And he's defending it against great names. One thing, he always makes a statement. Every time he fights, he always makes a statement.
So far, Joe's using that jab nicely. Real long.
Man, you can tell both of these guys, they're both very fundamentally sound, and they both, you can tell right away, they're looking for the right hand, down the middle. There we go. So in this fight, do not blink, do not sleep, because someone might go night-night. This reminds me of boxing back in the early 2000s in New York, remember? But we had those great battles against guys that made a name for themselves in shows like these. You know, we're going back to those days.
Yeah,
you know?
and quite a few of them became world champions.
You know, Curtis Stevens, Jadon Codrington, Joel Castillo, Alvin Acosta. Those are just a few people to name that, you know, went through this process.
Looks like Bailey's really comfortable going off his back foot.
Matter of fact, you know who was a force to be reckoned with in this division was, I don't know if you remember, Joe Green.
Of course.
Mean Joe Green.
How can I not remember? I was at the Silver Gloves with him when he was about 2 feet high.
Yeah. You know, so this is one of those matchups, you know, that. Ooh, beautiful right hand by Bailey.
They just both connected.
Just like I said, somebody's gonna land, and Bailey was the first one to touch him with that right hand.
That was a good short right hand.
Yep. Joe connected with his own left hook at the same time.
And, ooh, beautiful right hand by Joe too. Now,
oh,
they're both exchanging right now.
Right now, it's the jab of Bailey that's I think's winning the round.
You know, but both guys got great right hands, so it's a matter of time and of who's gonna land it first. We already seen Bailey land his, and Joe answered right back.
Yep. Yeah, it was a great exchange.
Joe needs to go forward with the jab, man.
Double up the jab, right hand down the middle.
He's creeping forward, but he's not throwing his jab as he goes. So he needs to do that more often.
I think right now what we're seeing is the experience of Bailey. You know, Bailey's he's been in this big stage before.
Good
so
right
he's
hand.
A little bit more relaxed than Joe. And he actually looks like the more physically stronger guy.
I agree with you. Just controlling the inside a little bit when they tangle up.
I mean, great first round by Bailey, I have to say.
Yep.
Great first round by Bailey. We got Christian Vasquez here next to us. I don't know if he can.
What's up,
man? Oh, the man's in the house.
Hey, listen. You know, I always say this, it's a great card, but from all the cards, I think this has been the most evenly matched card from all three. This number 4 has been even all the way.
Yeah, well, me and you collectively, you know, we helped put this together, so we strategically made it happen like that. And I'm glad it turned out the way we thought it was going to turn out. I'm enjoying every fight. First time I got to enjoy it.
I was about to say, this is the first time I see you nice and relaxed.
It's all on the inside, right?
And we got the new guy right here, Max, doing a great job right here.
You've put on an incredible production. I mean, I had high expectations, but this was like far beyond what I anticipated.
Thank you so much, and I appreciate you coming and being a part
My
of it.
pleasure.
Yes, you guys are doing a great job.
I was saying that, you know, this type of fight right here throws it back to the early 2000s, like the Joe Green, Joe Castillo.
Yes.
This is that type of fight right here. And this is the same type of environment, and the shows like these that are bringing USA Boxing Metro back to where we were at one point.
Absolutely.
Where we had big names. We're building those names back up in shows like these.
I love it, Jose. You're on the money with it, and you're a big part of this as well, helping set up these fights and, you know, doing our telecasts and live stuff. And
Got to pull that trigger. There you go.
We're bringing it back.
There's the exchange, just like the last round. Here they go.
Here they go. Somebody wants it. Absolutely.
Every fight he's been has been exciting, and he's made a name for himself. What's him and my dream matchup, honestly, is him versus Melvin Martinez. If Melvin Martinez comes out with the victory.
Yeah, that'll be a great matchup as well.
Those are two guys that have proven themselves in these shows. Ooh, beautiful right hand by Bailey. That's what I said. That was a right hand. That was not a punch. That was a right hand.
I think the ref called that a knockdown. So they're back up. I'll tell you what, Jose. I mean, I know you're excited about the next matchup, but Bailey's got a game opponent in front of him right now. He's not taking any of this for granted.
Joe Higgins is locked in right now.
This is great.
Coach Joe, so what would you tell Mr. Joe over here to change up in his game plan?
I think Mr. Joe is doing the best he can. I think Bailey needs to throw 1-2s, 1-2s, 1-2s. He's waiting a little bit too much, Bailey. Right down the middle with that 1-2. Like throw the right hand just as the jab is getting there. Bing, 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 bing. He's got the speed.
One thing I see about Joe is he's throwing the 1-2, and he doesn't want to. He's leaning in. So if I was Coach Ness, I'd tell him, listen, when he throws that 1-2, take a little step back. He can chop down that right hand, or he can come up the middle with that right uppercut.
This is a very intense fight.
You feel it, right?
See?
Very intense.
They both got power, and we've seen both of them hit each other already.
I'd like to see that right hand come out from Bailey. Right as the jab is landing, he should be throwing that right hand with conviction.
There we go. But it was a low loopy.
Yeah, no, just straight down the middle, man. Aim for the collarbone of the bigger, taller guy.
Joe, you've made that comment a couple of times, but you don't necessarily have to aim for the head. You can aim for the chest, the collarbone, maybe where the body is going, as opposed to where it is when you throw the punch.
Absolutely, and you know what happens sometimes when you do that? It lands right on the chin.
And this is one of the fights that we haven't seen much body work in this fight.
I think their style of fighting is not going to show too much body work.
But I gotta say, in this fight, I don't mind it at all because they
Not
both
for the fans.
Good body shot by Bailey.
There we
There
go,
you
bro.
go.
Uppercut. I have to say, 2-0 Bailey.
Please report to the
2-0 Bailey.
One more round, right?
One more round, yes, and I have to say, 2-0 Bailey right now.
Bailey has grown since the first time being here and watching him. He's very poised. He's picking his shots. Kennedy too. Kennedy seems a little too relaxed in this fight. I think he's picking up the pace.
Listen, you want that strap, you have to go for it. You have to go for it.
I have to give a shout out to Bailey. He's always been, big supporter of this event. He's proud to wear the belt. And fighters like him is what's going to make this a solidified belt, not only in New York but in the country.
When I asked him, Christian, when you asked him during the virtual face-off, he said that competing on this stage in this atmosphere with the fans and the music have actually helped him sort of get that experience performing. He's calmed down a little bit. He's gotten used to it. It makes a big difference in the way he's performing tonight. You can tell.
Absolutely. Let's go round 3, fellas.
All right, third and final round here.
Bailey coming out a little bit more aggressive this round.
Joe still has that one-punch power that he's always displayed in
Actually,
previous
they both
fights.
displayed it so far today.
Absolutely.
I think Bailey got a taste of that knockout in his last show, and he's in search right now.
Bailey, this is how he actually shut up Sean. This is exactly what he was doing. He started coming around, jabbing, then he stopped out of the way, pom pom, down the middle. And that's what's probably gonna happen, man. But I mean, Bailey, with a great left hook by Bailey.
I'm stepping on some stuff too. Do you have any more fighters? Do you have any more fighters? Do you have any more fighters? Oh, you got Cassesi, right?
Yes. Beautiful jab by Bailey right now. Beautiful jab by Bailey right now. See?
Good right hand. Joe landed a good right hand and he ended that combination.
I like when Bailey steps in. Ooh, good solid jab by Bailey.
Kind of waste time of now.
Bailey, good body shot by Bailey. See, that was good body work on the inside.
You don't see Bailey throw too many one-punch combos at a time. It's usually 2 or 3.
This is the best. I think this is Bailey's easiest round so far of the fight.
I think Joe has to press the action a little bit.
I think he got a little bit. He's just not shooting his hands no more. It could be a little fatigue, you know. It could be the time off. But I see Bailey very comfortable in there boxing his fight, and he's still pretty dangerous, as you can see, every time he lands.
Good jab by Joe there, but not.
Oh, beautiful left hook. Oh, no, that was a left hook.
Again, ref calls that a slip. No knockdown.
I think he kind of punched himself out of position.
Joe looks like the team's getting a little bit.
10 seconds left right here. And it looks like Bailey retains his title.
I would say so.
Joe Smith Jr. please report to the ring at this time. Joe Smith Jr. ringside at this time.
No surprise.
And one thing I respect about Joe Kennedy is that he said in the face-off that Bailey was actually one of the guys he's looked up to, you know, in his boxing, in the amateur boxing scene. And, you know, there's a lot of respect between both of these fighters. So, you know, that's also great. That's always great to hear, you know, that fighters support each other.
Absolutely.
We need a lot more of that. You need that in the coaches. We need to support each other. As the LBC, we need to support each other, push each other, make each other better.
Please welcome to the ring, Stephanie Rosario of SM Enhancements, our sponsor for this fight. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to present the championship belt to the victor of this contest, please welcome forward WBC, WBA, and WO light heavyweight champion with a record of 28-5, 22 of those 28 by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, Long Island Zone, the common man, Joe Smith Jr.
Joe Smith Jr. in the building. That guy's got some serious dynamite in his hand.
Oh, for sure. Ever since the amateurs.
I think he and Shawnee Monahan, I think, did 500 to 1,000 rounds against each other. Sparring wars, great days. I don't know how they never fought each other.
Yeah, right. It actually never happened. At one point, they spoke about that fight happening, but it never happened.
They could have sold out any New York arena. I don't know how it didn't happen.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this bout, by way of unanimous decision, and still 165-pound Division 6 Borough champion, out of the blue corner, Israel Bailey.
Great performance by Bailey. You know, he looked like the fresher fighter in there, stuck to his game plan, and again, listen, great job by Joe Kennedy, but I think he ran out of gas. You know, but he had a great performance, you know. You just got to get right back to the gym and go work hard, work on those lungs.
I see the potential on Joe if he stays in the gym,
Yes,
though.
for sure.
You know, with that kind of long body, keep working on your conditioning, keep pumping that jab.
But Bailey, you know, one of those names that he's made a name for himself here on SBC Championship. You know, and here we go, and still champion. Now we got the super heavyweights coming up. That's gonna be a great one.
These guys were a trip with that virtual face-off.
These guys in a virtual face-off, oh man.
James.
One more time, ladies and gentlemen, 165-pound Division 6 Borough champion, Israel